Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And set up behind the dish is Gary Simmons as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
You know, D-Row, Gary Simmons, he's one of those umpires. He'll give you one thing or the other. At times, his zone can be a little wide, and then he's a little more strict north and south, but he's a pretty consistent umpire.
The key, Dan, is be consistent. You want to give him the inside half, I'm okay with that, but then you can't give him away. If you're going to stay east-west, you better pick one side.
Here's Randy Arozarena. He's been swinging a very hot bat so far this year and currently finds himself in second place on the leaderboard as he strives for that batting title.
And I'm guaranteeing you he's fully aware of how many hits it's going to take for him to overtake that #1 spot. He's got his eye on the top spot in batting average.
That is good. The right fielder.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Now a drive by Cruz. Deep left field. Gone!
Wow, talk about a guy getting hot, right? Hits a bomb, hit one yesterday. Usually when he gets hot, he starts to hit them in bunches, and this could be the beginning of a very, very good hot streak.
And that'll get down out there near the wall. Around second now and headed for third. And this throw gets away from him.
And that triple could not have come at a better time. The team has really struggled the last few games trying to get over the hump, and they're looking for anything good to happen to them, and I'd say that triple definitely qualifies. They are fired up.
Ryan McMahon stands in as he can't connect here. 0-1. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Men on third with 2 down. Bounce it to the left side. Shaw has it. Throw to first in time, and the big inning is avoided as the side is retired. Rays get a couple as you take a. So now here is Wilmer Flores, and as you can tell easily from the splits, he's really struggled away from their home ballpark.
You know, these next couple innings are really important for these guys. I know they're only down by a couple, but they need to get something going on offense to keep pace, even though it's early.
Now a fastball on the inside corner, and he takes a look at strike 1.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
And he misses 2-1. And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Man, I love watching a pitcher that just rears back and blows smoke by a guy at the letters. That's the ultimate challenge pitch, and for me personally, watching hitters swing and miss, man, that's a sight of beauty.
Hit on the ground out to short and into left field for a 1-out hit.
Nice execution right there. Ball was down below the knees. He stayed through it and was able to drive it for a base hit.
Stepping in now, Danny Santana, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He did not, but clearly back in the starting 9 for this one. And that one yanked just foul. Iglesias stands at first with 1 out. Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
Reined in, and there's out number 2.
Not sure the spin throw was necessary there, but it sure looked good. Would have been questionable if he threw it away, but he put it right on the money for the out.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. As he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. Hit softly down the line at first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. One left for the Red Sox. Bottom of the inning now. And here comes the first baseman, Ji-Man Choi. Infield in the over shift here. Now the pitch. And a called strike down in the zone. 0-1. And that misses downstairs for a ball. 1-1. Two balls and a strike to the Rays first baseman.
He might still be thrown off from that first inning, guys. He got knocked around pretty good, and that can be hard to recover from mentally sometimes.
Scooped up, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. And now here is Francisco Mejia as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box. In there for strike one, 0-1. Bases are empty, one man out. Off the plate, one ball, one strike. Pulled toward right center field. Verdugo waits on it. He's got it, and there are two down now. Brett Phillips will bat next. Was 1 for 4 with a two-bagger in yesterday's game. Bit of an ill-advised swing that time as that ball got in on him.
Hey, I got to really commend this pitcher right here. Was able to regroup in between innings. Something happened in the dugout because he's on point coming out for the second.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Clearly enjoying their time here at the ballpark. As leading off the inning, it'll be Christian Vasquez, and they could use a spark from him here. Sends that one out of play for strike one. 0-1 count and the pitch. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. Too high there, and maybe a bit outside as well. 2-1.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
And Lau is there for the catch. There's one gone. So here is Bobby Dahlbeck, and he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. And now the first pitch. Here's the pitch.
I get it. He wants to see this guy's repertoire, but now he's behind in the count. Puts himself in a tough spot to hit.
Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1 and 2. Fouled off. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin. Next, it'll be Alex Verdugo. He flew out in his last AB. No balls and a strike to count. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
Hey, make no mistake about it. This lineup's going to have to get going and get a little bit more aggressive. This guy's pounding the zone.
Liner toward right center, and that's a base hit. 1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances.
Hey, Christmas come early for the batter right there. Down 0-2, and he gets a cookie middle cut. The pitcher's lucky he's getting this ball back.
To the plate now, number 88, as it's on the ground toward the hole. And that's through for a hit. He'll hold at second, and there are two aboard now.
Hey, that was a well-executed pitch down and away. Sometimes you got to tip your hat to the offense. That's a nice piece of hitting. Maybe not what he was looking for, but the result was there.
Standing in now, Kike Hernandez. This one skied out toward right. Right fielder is on the run. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Boston strands a couple. They're down 2-0.
We're back now as the Rays line up readies for their third turn with the bats. And unfortunately for them, this club has had its issues on offense. One coach told me before the game, there are certainly plenty of areas for us to improve offensively. But first and foremost, we need to start by putting the ball in play more often. There's too much swing and miss in our game. And the stats do back that up, as they currently rank near the bottom of the league in strikeouts. So that appears to be an area of emphasis going forward, guys.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second, with a punch-out, one away.
I think that curveball is a big reason why he's able to turn things around in this start after a rough beginning. It's got some good bite to it, so that tells me he's doing a nice job of snapping it off out front. Really finishing that pitch like you're supposed to.
And that'll bring up Joey Wendell. No balls and one strike.
Nope.
And that misses 1-1. And a curveball's by him that time as he falls behind now 1-2.
That was a great hack right there. Timing was on point. Just sometimes you have bad bat barrel accuracy.
Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch, 2 away.
Pretty impressive back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning. What's even more important is now he gets to face the middle of the order without anybody on base for them to drive in.
At the plate now, Randy Arozarena, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. He'll attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first two guys going down on strikes to start the inning. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control, 0-2.
The count doesn't mean much to this batter. He's all in. He's not concerned with striking out, so he's going to get his A swing off.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Here comes the 1-2. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. Hernandez has got it, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Rays, as they're unable to add to their 2. Now into the box, Wilmer Flores struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but he's going to be tested here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
Fouled away.
This guy's been really on point so far, but it's not getting any easier. He has to get through 4, 5, and 6 right here.
And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
It's so hard to hit when you're behind the count 0-2, right? You have to protect for the fastball. You have to look for the soft stuff down and away. You're really at a disadvantage when you fall behind 0-2.
Lau onto the grass. He gets there, and that's the second out. Now to bat, Danny Santana grounded out in his last at-bat. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Not an easy thing to do to fill up the strike zone and be successful doing it. How about this guy so far in this one? 100% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. And he fouls this one off. And a check swing here, but he holds up far too late as it's strike 3. Ready to go in the box. Standing in is the veteran outfielder, Nelson Cruz. First pitch of the AB on its way.
Rock solid performance up to this part of the ball game right now. One of the keys, 90% of his first pitches have been for strikes. And when you do that, you really make the hitter swing at the pitch you want them to swing at.
On a good curveball gets him swinging for route number 1.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare down a really good hitter, and instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that finds the target. Nothing in 2 now.
Hey, you think back to the early innings right there. You thought this guy would have been hitting his showers. A credit to him. He's been able to regroup, find his mechanics, and find a way to stay in this game.
On to first, and there were 2 down. So 2 out, nobody on. And Ryan McMahon digs into bat next. A ball and no strikes. And a high strike there. It's 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes, the count to Ryan McMahon. Breaking ball there is down. Good job of laying off. It's back to 2-2. Now the pitch. Still even at 2-2. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. Rays go in order, 1-2. We're back at Tropicana Field, and let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. During the commercial break, I talked about the Red Sox offense with the Boston manager, and he mentioned they need to show a lot more patience with their at-bats moving forward. He told me that they've been way too aggressive on the first pitch of the at-bat, and while he doesn't necessarily condemn that if it's leading to hits, that's clearly not the case right now. Over 80% of their at-bats have started with a swing on the first pitch, and a lot of those have resulted in swinging misses or outs, guys.
All right, Heidi, thank you. 1-1. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. And now in the box, Christian Vasquez. He popped out in his first trip.
Yeah, I don't mind him trying to drive the ball in the air, but he can't collapse the backside, and that's exactly what he did in his last at bat. Look for him to stay a little taller and keep that upper half a little bit more over him.
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Line down the left field line. But this one lands in the bullpen area, a foul ball. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. 1-2 to the Red Sox catcher.
He is in complete command out on the mound today. He's got all 4 corners locked in, and now he's raising eye levels to boot.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. And it's fouled away. The 2-2 one more time. Slow little roller to third. McMahon fields it cleanly. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Next to dig in, Bobby Dahlbeck. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. Drilled right back up the middle. And he'll make that play look easy as the throw is in time to end the inning. G-Man Choi the next to hit. He'll look to light a spark under this lineup that hasn't found the scoreboard since back in the first inning.
Yeah, and for me, the story has been the starting pitching they faced. It's been very difficult to rebound and, quite frankly, dominate after getting roughed up a bit in the first inning of a start. So I'll give him a lot of credit for what he's been able to do.
Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Nope, that's inside.
Swing and a miss, and he'll start the 5th the same way he ended the 4th with a punch out, 1 away.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get done. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Francisco Mejia stands in as he looks at a called strike.
Shocked he didn't let it fly right there. Usually you're looking for a fastball elevated to get the party started.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. A 1-2 count to the Rays catcher.
Hey, I still believe in my heart the best pitch is a well-executed fastball down and away, and that's exactly what that is. He swings at that. That's off the end of the bat. That's not hard contact at all, and that's an easy out for the defense.
Hit down the line at first. Fielded cleanly, and he'll step on first himself for the out. So the bases are empty with 2 gone now, and that brings up outfielder Brett Phillips. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Nope,
Ball
that's
1.
ball.
After watching that one go by and a ball being called, you could rest assured he knows he's not getting away with another one of those. I guarantee you he's going to be aggressive on this next pitch.
And that is in there for a 2-out base knock. So the bottom of the inning is still alive after the 2-out base hit. The tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is retired. 1 hit in the inning.
Leading off the center field,
Alex Verdugo digging in now.
Verdugo.
And a good first pitch as he gets him to bounce one on the ground out towards second. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
The batter, number 88.
Next to stand in is number 88. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Fouled off.
Offensive game plan needs to change right here. They need to get a little bit more aggressive. It's too late to try and work counts.
Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1. 1 out, nobody on. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Lau ranging into the outfield. He gets there, and that's the 2nd out. 2 men are gone now in the Boston half of the 6th, and that means the plug-and-play utility man Kike Hernandez will bat next. Fly ball out to straightaway right, and no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. Down in order go the Red Sox. They trail. Now back to the top of the lineup, stepping in, Wander Franco. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Fouled away. The windup and the 0-1. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch.
Ball.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him packing back to the bench.
Still 1-2. Into the windup and the pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. Another one sent foul.
I know the fans love the souvenirs, but the battle between the pitcher and batter right here is what makes the game great.
And he takes strike. Now is the DH, Joey Wendell, 1 for 2, including a double back in the first. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Next up is Randy Arozarena. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Fastball off the plate away. It's ball one.
Wouldn't mind the pitcher expanding the zone a little bit more and using his aggressiveness against them.
Here's a breaking ball that falls in there for a strike to even things at 1-1.
You could tell this guy's got great feel for all his stuff right now. To break out that nasty hammer right there, this guy's on point.
2 balls and a strike to count. Now the 2-1. Taking strike 2. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2.
One of the things you want to do with a starter, get that pitch count up. Here's another productive at bat as this count now gets.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. Down in order go the Rays. They're up 2-0. Now the Red Sox DH, Wilmer Flores. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Ned. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. Lau is there for it. 1 down.
Up next for the Red Sox.
Now at the plate here is Jose Iglesias. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1.
That fastball really got away from him there. That's kind of a red flag for me that he's starting to tire or wear down a little bit. The first thing that goes is location, and then your mechanics. We'll see if this continues.
Here comes the 1-2. Is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
That's a pretty impressive pitch from a young arm like that. And if you can spot your pitches there in advantage counts like 1 and 2, you're going to have a lot of strikeouts and soft contact.
At the plate, Danny Santana. Pulled toward right center field. Heading after it is Phillips. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. Now at the plate is Nelson.
For the win, the right fielder, Nelson.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. As he'll take a look at a curveball that misses wide for ball 1. And he fouls this one off.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Misses ball 2.
He might have to look for a different way to put this guy away on 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times, so he might be looking for it.
Hammered the other way to deep right field. But that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall. And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
Well, when you're hitting the ball as well as he is, every time you swing the bat, you're thinking the ball's leaving the ballpark. He had a home run last time, and he almost had another one here. Nothing wrong with a double off the wall, though.
Brandon Lau is in for the 3rd time as he swings and misses at that one. It's 0-1. Drilled to the left side. Shaw gloves it, and the throw to first is in time. 1 gone. Up next, Ryan McMahon is grounded out and struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. In there, strike 1.
Well, he's done a real nice job with that breaking ball in this start. That's not the first time he's locked a guy up with it.
A bouncer up the middle. Throw in time at first for route number 2. So a runner at 3rd. 2 men are out. And that brings up the corner infielder Ji-Man Choi. 0-1 the count. Cruz on 3rd with 2 out. And it's fouled away. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Tried to backdoor him and lock him up with a curveball right there. Pretty good pitch, but he didn't quite get it to come back all the way to the corner. That's tough to do for most guys.
Turned on, but it's wide at first and foul. Here's the 1-2. Now a line drive to left center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. In to score easily is the runner from 3rd, and the lead will swell to 3 now in the 7th inning.
Hey, D-Roll, that's a big RBI right there to stretch this lead to 3. Takes a lot of pressure off your pitcher going into the bottom part of the inning.
Yeah, Dan, no doubt. As an offense, all you're trying to do is put your pitchers in positions to be successful. Giving them that 3-run cushion has to make you feel good.
behind 0-2 now. 0-2 count, and the pitch. Lifted down the line in right and back out of play. Count holds it 0-2. And another foul ball. The 0-2 once more. Still no balls and 2 strikes.
4 foul balls in this AB. Pitcher cannot find anywhere to go to put this guy away.
Hit on the ground out to short. Throw cleanly into first, and that ends the inning. A run for the Rays.
Leading off for the Red Sox, the third baseman, Travis Shaw.
First offering on its way. Travis Shaw stands in as he looks at ball 1 here.
Boy, they've been just getting shut down right here. Been a while since they've even had a runner on. So I think it's time to start looking for ways to make some things happen. Drop a bunt, get up on the plate, something.
Phillips is under this one, and he's got it for out number 1. At the plate now is Christian Vasquez. A pop out and a ground out for him to this point. He swings at the fastball here and lifts it into the air to shallow center. Lau ranges back, and he has it for out number 2.
Now back.
That'll bring up Bobby Dahlbeck. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone to make something happen if they're going to get back into this thing.
Phillips is there, and they breeze through this half inning as the side is retired. Takes just 4 pitches into the box.
Yeah, Matty, his wheels got him in trouble a little bit last time. Tried to take advantage. Thought the defense was napping a little bit. In retrospect, maybe he should have just shut it down and steal second base.
Hirokazu Sawamura is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Hey, if you're able to blow a first pitch fastball by a guy, gotta believe that pitch is coming again right here.
Stays alive, still 0-2.
He was absolutely all over that fastball. Have to find a way to keep that fair.
Too high. 1-2. And it's a 2-2 count to Brett Phillips.
The classic back foot slider right there with 2 strikes. Usually gets a ton of swing and misses. Nice.
A diving effort as it's off his glove. And a good try to recover that time, but he'll beat it out as he's aboard to kick off the inning.
He was able to spit on that first slider right there, guys, but he didn't let the second one go. Able to execute and drive the baseball.
Wander Franco is at the plate as he takes a called strike 1. And he watches a called strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes.
Your idea of working the count goes out the window. You're frustrated right now, down 0-2. Gotta find a way to grind.
And that's in there. Base hit.
Boy, D-Roll, when you're starting to swing it like this team is, doesn't matter. They bring in a new relief pitcher, right? And he gets greeted with back-to-back base hits.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want to do. In today's day and age of bullpen down your throat, you very rarely see back-to-back knocks when these guys are throwing smoke.
That's one of the keys, too. When you come in facing guys out of the bullpen, they're being taught to throw strikes early, and they're taking advantage of it. He's throwing strikes, and they're jumping all over him.
That fastball's too much for him there. 1-2.
I think it's about time to choke up on that bat and get that foot down. He's awfully tardy right now.
Here now the 2-2. He pops him up toward the left side of the infield. Shaw is there, and he's got it for the first out. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Randy Arozarena. Though we've discussed his position in the batting race, we haven't seen much production today. Opposing pitching has to be credited in keeping his bat in check.
Yeah, they've definitely kept him off balance, but as hot a first half as he's had, it only takes 1 pitch over the heart of the plate for him to get right back on that wagon again.
Nelson Cruz is next as he finds himself behind 0. Goodness, 0-2 now.
0-2.
Hey, it's looking like he may be able to get out of this one after giving up 2 singles early.
And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the 2nd time here tonight. Rays strand a pair. They lead it 3-0. And the next up will be Alex Verdugo. He bounced out last time up.
The center fielder, number 99.
First offering.
Alex.
And we kick off the ninth inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1.
Well, obviously somebody was hooting with the Owls last night. This entire roster, they've showed up for the first game of this road trip and are getting absolutely boat raced.
Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the ninth inning gets underway. So next to hit is number 88. His dominance continues on the mound, but it seems like he might be running on adrenaline only at this point.
Yeah, he's been so great in this one. You want to see him finish what he started, but you also have to start worrying about things like injuries. He's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, and some guys are just more capable of that than others, but not a lot of good things tend to happen when you've worked as hard as he has in this one.
Kike Hernandez is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
Yeah, that looked like an auto take right there, just trying to measure up this pitcher's stuff.
Bat explodes as this is popped up. And he'll make the catch to end it, and the Rays have taken the opener here at home as this ball game is over. And tonight's ends as a 3-0 shutout win. Tampa Bay jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Drew Rasmussen earns win number 7 on the season, and it's a dandy, a complete loss to
The show with your host, Justin Allegri.
Well, this is it, the final day of the season for teams to make trades. There could be a flurry of action as the day goes on, but before we get there, here's a recap of what went down yesterday. Starting in the AL East, the Rays pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they beat the visiting Red Sox 3-0. Jays allowed only 5 hits in the game as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 1-0. Matthew Boyd got the win.